find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
Hello, Mr. Raven.
This was my mother's doing.
How you doing, man? How's it going? Let's see here.
But why? Why would anyone...
Okay.
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Clive.
I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty well. Pushing right along. Kind of chilling out. Got home from work about close to 5 o'clock. Took a shower. Started playing this. Gonna get a little something to eat in a little bit. How about you? How's things going?
We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far...
Good grief, it just shot right into the village.
They may already be in Port Isolde.
Tired from farming in Fortnite. Well, I imagine so. It's amazing how that game manages to keep pushing. Yeah, it's working now. Dude, what happened was, this happens before. This has happened before where I would go and stream, and it would just be streaming. It wouldn't show up on my channel or nothing. I go check my channel, it wouldn't even show that I'm streaming. So, like, what the piss? So, I went to go and check it, and I'm like, okay, well, I got to restart the stream again. So I did. Well, when I try to go and start the stream, YouTube is like, forbidden link. You can't go into the forbidden link on your PS5. I'm like, what the crap is this crap? So I was like, all right, well, I'll let it get over its little PMS stage and let it work out whatever it needs to work out. So I just didn't bother streaming it for a while. Then I got your message, and I'm like, well, let me try it again. And surely enough, now it's working. So I don't know what in the heck happened. It got on in one of its moods, apparently. Stupid. It's like my daddy always used to say, technology is great when it works, but when it don't, it's a pain in the butt. Exactamundo. I heard some I don't know if it's true or not. I heard some type of rumor, Raven, about John Wick possibly being in Fortnite, which would be hilarious to me. Which then again would also make sense, I would think. Given anything popular pops up in that game. Oh, dude, that's that's something right there. I tell you what. I tell you what, Bobby. Oh, it is? Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Well, it ain't going that way. But, I don't know if there might have been some... Obviously, that ends up leading over to a plain area. I think I do. I should. I mean, if anything, you just go ahead and shoot me a friend request again if you want, just in case. I mean, reason being, man, is it's like I hadn't talked to anybody in forever and a day. Believe it or not, I actually got back to talking to Baker last night. Believe it or not. You know, Baker Girl Games. I got back. I hadn't talked to her for well over a year. and finally got back to chatting with her some last night. And so I guess I'm gradually trying to roll out with me getting back into talking to people again on streams. Like, just the fallout and everything that happened last year was just, I didn't care about nothing. I just wanted to, you know, get out of the situation that I was in. So, yeah. Oh, Ravenous Spectre. Same as the YouTube channel name. No, you know what? I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. Ethereal Behemoth is a name. I should be on there. I don't know heads or tails of what my friends list on PlayStation is anymore because I don't keep up with it at all. Not like I used to. Name should have been IMS Tupid. What's a Tupid? I don't know what a Tupid is. And what's IMS? That's a foreign language to me. Oh, it's ETHEREAL BEHEMOTH. Oh, I got you. Never mind. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Is it just your name altogether as one word, Mr. Raven Nuts? I still don't know how to work. You said how you came up with that name at one point, but I can't remember what it was. But that's just insanity. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll add you on there.
We're approaching Buick Bridge.
Oh, you did? Okay.
The Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
That works. There we go. Let me go and do this real quick. How in the world? I don't know why in the world I wasn't on your list. Or on my list. Or the... Well. There we go. Okay. Ah! There we go. Okay. Poor chocobos. I didn't mean to kill you, but your little blue friend over there would probably want to. PS5 OP. Overpowered? What? Yeah, I got a PS5. When was it? Some months ago. There was this deal that was going on at Walmart where they had God of War Ragnarok. Sadly, it was just a digital edition. Doesn't matter, but whatever. I had the PS4 version. I sold the PS4 version. What I did was I got the free PS5 upgrade, sold the PS4 version, or no, I used the PS5 upgrade because it didn't give me a free PS5 upgrade. I don't think. Anyways, whatever. But they had a deal on it some months ago, so I had snagged it up and got the game in the system, and it was a good deal for what it was. On top of the fact it was the first time I actually had seen a PS5 that was available at that point in time. So Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. I haven't had any problems with it or nothing, honestly. It definitely seems like it functions, well, obviously it functions a lot better considering this new hardware. So,
Didn't happen to come by way of Old Hill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
the only thing is, I wish it didn't look like a gigantic modem. That's the only downside to it. Of course, you know they're having a thinner version now, but I don't care. Looks the same as the original one does, for the most part. Oh, really? Oh, man. I'm pretty sure you're definitely going to want to try to... Sorry to hear that happen. But definitely want to try to keep it well maintained for as long as virtually possible. Even then, if something happened to it, I'd still hang on to it.
But then refuse us passage back to our homes.
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
The gates are closed. Begone!
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
Another one just to keep it safe. You sound like Gandalf. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Yeah. You know, it's kind of funny. For like the longest time, you've ended up seeing all these like special edition Switches that came out, which I mean they did the same for PlayStation too, like the special type of consoles that came out. Like they have like a Spider-Man 2 one that's out right now too, but it seems to me like there was more that was going on with that with Switch than there was with PlayStation. At least PlayStation 5 for quite a while.
Don't go thinking you'll find refuge in the houses outside Port Isolde. The place is a wretched hive of thieves and blackguards.
Blackguards? What a name. Quiet sands, like sands through the hourglass. Oh, days of our lives. That's another thing too that kind of gets to me too, man. Like, my ex would watch Days of Our Lives and it would aggravate the crap out of me. Like, I would be hanging out at her place or something. Like, I'm gonna watch the latest episode of Days of Our Lives, and I'd sit there looking at it and my brain would be going numb. Like, well, I'm spending quality time with her. Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there thinking, I could be gaming right now. Surely enough, I'm doing that now. And I gotta be watching no boring soap opera. Praise God. Like, seriously, man, like, my brain felt like it was turning to mush. Did that thing get blown out all the way over here? I guess it did. For that to happen.
Waken winds!
I really don't like that one either. I'm so like the arrow power kind of gets on my nerves because like I can't really settle on what it is. Well, I'm gonna try this one out just to see how it goes. That make special PS5 cases. Oh, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt that they have. You know, it's kind of funny. Well, I don't remember how long ago it was, but Sony was coming out with this these PS5 cases that you could put on your PS5, which basically they were just the face plates. Like you could pop off the face plates on either side of it, and then replace them with whatever color that you wanted to. 2 dag-blasted pieces of plastic. They wanted to charge you what, $50 or $60 for that? Are you kidding me? No freaking way. I'd rather take a magic marker and draw on my PS5 than ever have to go and pay $50 or $60 for 2 pieces of plastic just to give it a different color. Heck, I'd take a daggone magic marker and mark all over it with whatever color I felt like using. That's just stupid. Oh, that is a nice one. Oh, that is a nice one. Oh, I like that one. That's just like a jump back and stab you and all your health goes away. That's nice. I like that.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened.
What in the world are you naming that for?
The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
Castles that go around your PS5. That's kind of cool, but that's kind of funny.
See where that gets us.
I guess it depends on how it looks. It seems a little gaudy to me, I guess. That's just like, I don't know. But then again, no, nothing can be said for that, because you got people who build PCs and make them look like they're freaking atomic warships or something sitting in their living room with 15,000 different lights, and if the thing could probably end up making breakfast for them, they'd allow it to do that too. So, yeah. But stuff like that is just way too over the top. You know, I want something simple and clean. I can't stand a lot of dag blasting lights. I mean, especially like when I go to sleep at night, I want it as pitch black as I can possibly get it. You wish yours made you breakfast. It makes me breakfast. I'm a name of Cindy.
Farewell.
But yeah, it's just like when customization to me, I think just goes too far, depending on what the hardware is. Honestly, like it doesn't even matter what the hardware is, but you do see some really interesting types of creative things that's done to different types of hardware, whether it's PC or console. Honestly, like it's pretty, it's unique and cool. Like, especially I've seen some that have been entered for contests and whatnot, which is okay, but like honestly, like I wouldn't bother with that myself. Dang, I didn't even know that those were. I mean, don't get me wrong, if I were to get some of those faceplates or something for free, or get something put on there for free, or somebody do it for me, I'm alright, well, I'll see how it looks, you know, but something simple, something elegant, you know. I mean, looking at the way that they always do with consoles now, they're either, oh, this is a black console, this is a white console. You know, they don't ever do anything unique like they used to in the 90s with different colored consoles, especially the Nintendo 64. Like, they had a bunch of different types of colors, and I actually ended up getting one some years back. It was Tanya, my ex, one of a friend of hers, she ended up selling me the Jungle Green Nintendo 64, which was actually the last Nintendo 64 that I had when I was a teenager, before my dad needed some money and turned around and pawned it. And I ended up getting it from her, and then I realized I was not using it anymore, considering the fact I was, you know, in a new age of gaming. So I turned around and sold it. But yeah, kind of really got out of that whole collecting stage.
That's the main gate.
Definitely nothing like what I used to be.
And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Yeah. Yeah, I've sold a lot of my collection off, man. Like, it's nothing like what it used to be before with me. Like, I've still got a lot of games, but like, I have the main gaming wise, honestly, dude, the main gaming related stuff that I have is Switch, PlayStation 1 through 5, and Xbox 360. Like, I think that is it. Everything else I have sold, I have gotten rid of. PSP, PS Vita, 3DS, DS, N64,
Have mercy.
Wii U,
Voice for dogs they are.
I had like 3 PS1s and I sold 1 or 2 of those. I had like 2 N64s, sold one of those, sold both of those.
Fuck off. I'm the Chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, where were you, filth? Back to your style! Cut you down where you stand! Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
So I want to buy that. Yeah, I actually waited
As long as it is abandoned.
for it to go on a sale. I got it from GameFly for like $30 and change. GameFly is like such a great company, man. Like the main place where I feel like I buy any games from is like from them. Because I'll rent from them,
Found who they were looking for.
then I'll turn around and buy from them. Because I'll get like a $15 discount, especially since I got a rental service with them. I'll rent something, play it for a while, see if I like it. If I like it, I'll go and send it back, or if I'm pushing up, depending on the price, depending on how much it is, as prices vary nowadays. I may end up going around and buying it from them, or I'll send it back and then I'll wait for it to go on a sale, and then I'll buy it from them. Because they have pre-played sales that happen like regularly, like every few weeks or every month or something like that. I mean, it's kind of sporadic as to when they actually do it, but when they do it, they have a certain amount that they'll sell. You know, but it's from different platforms. So
we numbered 6 when we left our village. 2 died on the road. Another passed just last night. I worry I might be next.
But I mean, I've always been a Final Fantasy fan, and I played the demo of this, and I was so on the fence about it. I was like, first of all, I ain't freaking paying $70. That ain't happening, regardless of what the game is. So I like the demo, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna play it since I'm a Final Fantasy fan. But like, what price point do I want to go for it at? And $30 seemed like a sweet spot, and I've been playing it ever since. I actually just finished Jedi Survivor, as a matter of fact. I still got like a good bit of side quest stuff for me to do in that. But that's another great one.
Half the guards at that gate are Rosarian. They've sold their souls for the promise of a warm bed. Not that I can blame them. The Empire's left us nothing. Let us pass! Why won't they let us?
Just trying to search to see. I can't talk. Trying to search to see if there's any chests or anything around here. What time is it? Okay. Working during the week, I gotta limit my gameplay time, except for when I'm off on weekends. And it's like if I ain't got no plans, then I just
when the Blight came
splurge.
to our village, we had no choice but to flee. But it seems the nobles of Port Isolde have no sympathy with our lot, and would rather we starved out here.
Guys, I'll be back in a 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. I'm gonna go throw something in to cook. I hadn't eaten anything since I got home, but I'll be back in a few moments' notice. Alrighty. What microwave dinner would it be this evening? Ain't no microwave dinner, it's in the air fryer. I'm microwaving. See, look what you did. I'm air frying some taquitos. It's beef and cheese taquitos. And the taquito that's wrapped around it, the little tortilla shell, is nacho cheese. So there you go. I got me some salsa, but I ain't got no daggum sour cream. So, yeah. It's been so long. You look like Gandalf. Good grief! Your beard grew out that far? I didn't even know you grow out a beard. What in the fudge was I doing? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Now we know why the refugees didn't come here.
Keep looking then.
Every single time I go up to do anything, I always jump before I do it. You might as well put the crisscross song on. Jump, jump.
This is nothing like I remember it.
Oh, that's leading up to... Okay.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Shave it off ever so... Yeah, me too, man. I can't stand having facial hair. I can't. Like, I've tried to grow out goatees. I've tried to grow out, like, a beard before. I've tried mustache, all that stuff. I look like a creep. I look like a creep, or like I'm in some 70s porno or something. I look like a creep when I try to grow out a mustache. When I try to grow out a goatee, it looks like pubes are growing out of my face. And if I ever try to do like a mutton chop thing one time. Yeah, that didn't work. I kind of felt like with the way that my face looked and the size of it, I don't have a water head or nothing like that, but I was looking at it and I was like, you know, mutton chops might actually work pretty good. Look like a picture in the post office. Well, screw you. Yeah, dude, like it never worked out for me. No matter how I tried to see how I could try to grow out my hair on my face, it just never worked. And it always got itchy to me, and I hated it, and I hate being itchy, and it's just
Oi! Visitors!
I was like, I'm better off just being clean shaved. Ugh. One of the best types of shaves you can ever have is a
We'll show ourselves out.
I thought I've seen you before. Golly, I didn't know my recognition reached all the way across the pond. That's amazing. I'm up there in the parcel service office.
Or not.
Holy guacamole. Take out the castle first. Holy guacamole. That was fun. And again, I'm playing on the story mode, easiest mode, so there is that. That's how I roll. Enemies bested. When your photo is on the wall, it says FBI, you technically recognition. Oh my goodness.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
Oh, wow.
Blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh?
So you didn't kill the dudes, you just knocked them out? Uh-oh.
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us.
Amazing how you managed to fling that axe up around like that.
It really is you.
It is. So wait.
Maybe he shouldn't have shown his name up there first until Clive actually said it to give some sense of surprise. Your stupid game.
We can speak inside.
Tell you what, I was just thinking about some of the stuff that I brought back from my ex's place. We ended up having those old-timey Western photos taken of us, me, her, and her daughter. I
And
need to
those
trash
who wouldn't
those.
bend the knee?
No sense
We
in hanging
left
on to
before
those
the
things.
Empire could make examples of us.
Heck, she probably
But we
trashed the other
didn't
one that
go
she has at her
far.
place that she framed. That was like a wanted
And we
poster.
banded together to form the
thing.
Guardians of the Flame soon
The
after.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
I'm not trying to start getting my flirt on at work if there's any single ladies there.
We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Later on down the road. Not talking about right now.
The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother?
But
it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
I know we talked about that. I know.
No offense, my lord.
But
in case you haven't
first and
noticed,
foremost,
the
if she
Lady
ain't Christian,
Annabella
then they
couldn't
happen.
care less
So,
about the realm.
That's first
She
and
barely
foremost.
even cares for her own.
I was talking briefly today to my supervisor about it because I had mentioned I was single again. She's like, "Oh, what happened?" I ain't gonna tell her what happened. Jess still works there. She only works on the weekends, but I ain't telling her that. And have word get out. It ain't nobody's business anyways. I just said, "Oh, it's a long story, but I'm single again," because she was talking about Halloween. I was like, I thought about getting a costume, and I was going to do it with, my ex and whatnot, but I'm single now, so there's no reason for me to waste money to get a costume for Halloween, so, Yep, exactly. That's all anyone needs to know. Exactly right.
Home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool.
You get all the details. Yeah, no
And
kidding.
Since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force
She
for
can
Buick
wear me.
Bridge.
Well, I mean, I'll admit, I think she's cute. She's only like a couple years younger than me, maybe 2 or 3 years younger. Short little thing, nice hips on her. Anyways, redhead, by the way. Anyways, but that probably would have got agents' attention right there. But yeah, I mean, I think she's cute, but she's kind of like hippie-ish in a ways. And she's only like 2 or 3 years younger than me, but she's engaged too, so that's completely out of the realm of things.
Then so do we.
I think
Make
she does go
ready.
to church though, but never mind. That's a whole other thing.
This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
And plus, I think she has like 2 or 3 kids, so yeah.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call
I know she's at least got
themselves
2
shields have
kids.
committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
we had
hoping
that
you'd
talk.
say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
suppose we owe you our thanks. You spared us when you could have just as easily sent us to the mud.
Buck up, man.
We'll show them that the fire in our hearts is not so easily quenched.
The Black Shields.
You're telling me that's the Archduke's son?
In the flesh. Saw him once when I was your age. He had that same look in his eyes.
You are welcome to what little we have managed to salvage.
Desert roads.
I will be here should you need aught else.
We'll show them as much mercy as they did our sisters and brothers in...
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will...
Be back in a second. Got my food waiting for me. Okie dokie pokey.
For reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Interesting. Oh, so now I get access to other party members, considering Sid's dead. Oops, that was a spoiler. My bad, dog. My bad.
We'll keep them from the
blessing of the Phoenix.
Don't you worry.
You'd better. Brother Wade's life depends upon it.
Hello, this is Dog. Agent on PSN. Okay, yeah. Now talk to them nice now. You got to be nice. Tell them what's going on, and they can come up with a solution. Don't get on there like a woman on her period and kicking puppies and squalling and screaming and yelling. I know you do that a lot, but at least don't do it this time.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind.
That sounds horrible.
Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Oh, that's right. I got my chocobo now. Forgot all about that. Got him armored up. Now. Yep, only if they don't dick you around. I agree.
Run like the wind.
I've already went through all this. Oh wait, there's chocobos up here. What the fudge is this fudge? What y'all doing?
I got me sideways.
Come along now.
The bastards are lucky.
They are.
Excuse me.
On your command, my lord.
Well, ba-doo, a boop, ba-doo, a boop, 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 ba-doo, a boop, 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 ba-doo, boop, ba-boop, ba-doo, boop, 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 ba-boop.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern. Where's that battle for them?
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You ain't finished him.
Yeah!
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud! Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Yep. It's him.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench.
I'll start using that.
Must thou plague me
Infectious flax witch. Oh my god, anytime I ever get into it with a woman again, I'm gonna call her that. You infectious flax wench.
Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you.
He thought he died years ago, so. But he didn't.
You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit.
I sit back and think to myself, like, how would it be if this game was like 16-bit?
See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
I always loved the 16-bit style, always have, but I look at all the newer Final Fantasies and I'm like, I love the way that they look, but it's just
so
like...
you arrived late to one of her cullings,
did you? 16-bit version, too, of like the newer ones. So just...
Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has
timeless
been a
graphical
constant
style.
thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone. And a monster sits in her place.
She's on the rag.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
It's not
Let's
untrue.
say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing.
There's the Final Fantasy main theme.
The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Cid.
Well, he took on his
You were always
moniker
such
after
a
he
good
died.
boy. But now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle.
Or a monkey's uncle.
Right
Never
then,
mind.
who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
That John Cleese. It's, you know what? Knowing you said that name, it sounds like him. I don't know if it is or not. I don't know. John Cleese, knowing how old he is now, it kind of
He's a
seems like
fine
his voice
ship,
would be a
isn't
little
she?
bit more deeper and ragged a bit, but I could be wrong.
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me,
Hey, Lulu.
they
Hey,
turned
girl.
it on those who could.
Hey, girl. Sorry, I'm talking to my uncle's little chihuahua here. Hey, girl. Hey, girl.
So I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others. Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
It'll be monsters. No, Captain. Not the monsters we thinks, but the monsters we fears. Here they be, the monsters.
Typical nobles, cowering behind their walls rather than joining the fight.
Well, anyways, in that...
Sorry, got off on a little bit of a tangent there with the voices. Anyways, it's getting a little late here. I'm going to chill out. I'm going to watch something. I'm going to head to bed considering I got to get up at 6 a.m. in the morning. But I do appreciate everybody coming out, checking out the live version, the archive version. I will be back tomorrow evening, let's say around the 5 o'clock hour, Eastern Standard Time, over here in the North American district. So, but anyways, yeah, but on weekends I'm off work, so if I don't have any other plans or anything, I pretty much will do more streaming than what I would be doing in the evening times. But, yeah. But, yep, thank you, Mr. Raven Nuts. Appreciate you coming out. Asian OOE, you're probably still talking to that PlayStation representative, so goodbye to you as well, and everybody checking out the archive version. But I'll be back tomorrow evening, and I will go ahead and I will end this like I always do.